What is up, everybody? We are back for week 5. So look, here's the thing. Week 4 went away. Unfortunately, both of us went negative. I'm no longer
That's
at
the
even.
unfortunate part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm no longer at even. I'm now 2 under. Brett, you are 12
Mm.
under. Let's not talk about. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Two-ish under.
Two,
Two-ish.
a little bit more
Two-ish.
than one.
Yeah. A little bit more than one less than even.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. One of the main things that frustrated me from week 4, we split on 5 games. I got 4 of them right, and the one I didn't get right, I was off by half a motherfucking point. I was so upset. Oh, I almost clean swept, and I would have broke even. So upsetting. Damn you, New Orleans. But we are here for week 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, let's do what we've been doing. Let's talk about the teams that are still undefeated. Kansas City and Minnesota. I don't know where the fuck that came from. And let's talk about the only team that ain't got a win yet, Jacksonville. It's crazy to think that by the end of this week, those 3 might still be in the same boat. We'll get there. We'll find out.
True. It's true.
But they could be. Let's start with Thursday night. Let's start with Thursday night football. Yeah. So we got Tampa Bay. They're heading to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta the favorites. Tampa Bay getting 1.5. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
Um. Honestly, I figured Tampa Bay would be favored. I'm guessing it's because it's a home game.
Because it's a home game, and I believe Atlanta just beat New Orleans, a divisional game. You know, they might have a little bit of momentum. I don't know. I also kind of figured that Tampa might be favored.
Yeah. So I can kind of see why. The Bucks are injury ridden right now.
Are they?
Yeah,
How bad?
at least 5 people are out.
Ooh, any big people?
I mean, important positions, not necessarily people I'm super familiar with.
Right.
Trey Palmer has a concussion. Uh, Luke Godecki, their guard, has a concussion. Yeah, so 2 wide receivers, a guard, defensive tackle, and a safety.
That's a lot.
That doesn't include who might be on like IR that I'm
Right,
just not
right,
right.
right.
Yeah, a lot of injuries. Um, going up against a relatively healthy Falcons. Could be another L for the Bucks. Might not be their game because of injuries.
Yeah, I'm thinking Atlanta. Um, Atlanta's doing good right now. It's just won a divisional game. I'm hearing a lot of injuries, especially in key parts of the field. So I'm gonna take Atlanta. But this is one of those ones that could go either way as well.
I'm gonna also take Atlanta.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game.
So 9:30 a.m. I believe that's Eastern Standard Time.
Correct.
9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both teams technically away.
Sort of.
The Jets are facing off against the undefeated Vikings.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers and the Jets will have 2.5 points going their way. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's enough.
I don't think it's enough either. Um, I think it'll be a real good test of the Jets defense in terms of whether or not they are as good as they were last year and the year before.
Yeah, but they just lost to
Because
the
the Vikings
Broncos.
offense is probably going to light them up.
They just lost to the fucking Broncos. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm taking Minnesota here.
Yeah. Minnesota, they're good on all fronts right now.
Yeah.
And their defense is especially just
Yeah. I'm taking Minnesota.
tearing through lines. Next up.
Yeah, let's move on. We got Carolina heading to Chicago. Carolina getting 4.
That's tough. Coops, this will probably be a close game.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Andy Dalton. I since they put Andy Dalton in, Carolina's had more success. I'm still not sold on Chicago at all. I feel like their opponents are losing games more than they're winning. So I'm gonna take Carolina getting 4 points because I could easily see this being a game that's decided by a field goal.
You said Carolina's
getting 4.
Points. Yeah. I think that's what's going to sway me. Yeah, the fact they're getting points and I think it's going to be close. I think I'm also going with Carolina.
Yeah, totally fair. All right, what do we got next?
Next, we have the Browns going into Washington, face off against the Commanders. And
Browns are getting 3.5.
I think they probably need more, in my opinion. I'm gonna take Washington.
Yeah,
Daniels look good.
I am too. You know, you and I literally just watched the highlights from last week. Jaden Daniels did look good. On top of that, Cleveland's a fucking dumpster fire right now. They just are. They're a fucking dumpster fire right now, and I have no faith in Cleveland. That's all I have to say. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one. We got Miami heading to New England. Miami getting 1 point. I don't know how to feel about this because here's the thing. Anyone else, I wouldn't feel like that's enough because of the fact they don't have Tua, but New England is fucking garbage right now.
Yeah, they had their week 1 win and then lost everything else.
Let me check.
I think they won week 1.
Yeah, they beat the Bengals week 1. And then since then, lost in overtime to Seattle, got throttled by the Jets, got throttled by the 49ers. I guess the question is, who's the starting quarterback for Miami going this week?
Huntley?
Is it Huntley? Fucking the Dolphins just got throttled by the fucking Titans.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? You know what? To save time and not dwell on the thought process, I'm going to take New England. Both teams have been getting throttled, but New England's been getting throttled by better teams. And they're technically not missing their starting quarterback like Miami is. So I'm going to take New England. That's my thought process. I don't feel good about it.
I'll take Miami.
That's fair. I don't blame you. Try and make some of them picks back.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I'll be doing this the whole season and never succeeding.
Just getting further and further in the hole.
All right, Colts versus the yet to win a game Jaguars.
Yeah, and the Jags are favored. Colts getting 3 points.
I think I know why.
Richardson's out.
Maybe I don't. No. No, he's not out. He was limited in practice, but he's not ruled out.
I'm going to be honest. That makes me more inclined to potentially pick the Jags. I trust Joe Flacco more than I trust Richardson.
It is Flacco now, isn't it?
Yes. Flacco is the reason that Pittsburgh is not undefeated, just like he was for so many years. You know what? Either way, I'm gonna take Indy. I just can't trust Jacksonville right now. This is divisional, could go either way, but Indy getting points. I feel like Indy's the better team right now, and I feel like Richardson's just one bad bump away from Flacco going back in and just spinning his Big Joe energy around. So I'm gonna take Indy.
I'm going to also take Indy, mainly because they're getting points.
That's fair.
Yeah. Next up.
Next up, we got Buffalo at Houston. And Houston is getting a point. I don't love this. Houston's been struggling. I think I have to take Buffalo here. Not that I want to, but I think I have to. Buffalo coming off a big loss to Baltimore. They're going to want to recoup and reset. And Houston's just been struggling.
Who they lose to again?
So their 4 weeks have been barely beat the Colts, barely beat the Bears, throttled by the Vikings, barely beat the Jags. Something's not right there. I don't know what's not right, but something's not right.
Yeah. No, I feel it. What's the spread again? It's what, 1 point?
Houston getting 1.
Yeah, it's not even enough to like sway me spread.
It's not.
So
it's just who you think's going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to be Buffalo.
All right.
I think we can move on.
Yep. Go ahead.
The Baltimore Ravens going up against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals getting 2.5 at home.
Unless there is an injury I don't know about. I'm gonna say Baltimore.
Facts. Yeah. 2.5's not enough. And I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we got the Raiders at the Broncos. Raiders getting 2.5. That's crazy to me. The Broncos look fucking miserable. Did you see the stat line for Bo Nix at halftime last week?
No.
Bo Nix at halftime last week was 7 for 15 for -7 passing yards. He had 7 completions for -7 yards.
That's tough.
He finished the game with 2.5 yards per attempt. They are so bad.
Might need a. This is besides the point, but might need to go actually watch their games and see if it's him specifically or if it's like the coaching, like the play calling.
I don't know. You're right. We might need to go watch, but I don't know how you go for -7 on 7 completions.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
I am too.
As a note, I don't think Devontae's playing.
You think he sits until he gets traded?
I think he sits.
Ooh, that could be.
So from what I've heard, he's concerned going onto the field with the plays that have been getting called.
That he's going to get hurt.
Yes. I think he might sit.
Ooh.
But that is just him. I'm not seeing any other serious injuries yet,
Right.
as currently disclosed to me.
I'm still going to take Vegas.
Yeah, I'm still
Denver's
taking
just
Vegas,
bad. Yeah, let's move on.
but could be a factor.
Yeah. All right.
Next up, we have the Cardinals going up against San Francisco.
Cardinals getting 7.
That's tough.
Is it?
So San Francisco, haven't they been playing like shit?
I mean,
Like,
last week they dropped 30
against who?
New England.
But we did just see the Cardinals don't know how to tackle.
Can't tackle worth anything.
They can't tackle. They also can't score. So I'm gonna go with San Francisco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Next up.
All right. So after that, we got the Giants at the Seahawks. Giants getting 6.5. I don't think that's enough.
If you could mark me down for Seahawks, please.
Yeah, especially
I'll
with
one of them.
especially with I mean, I know they lost, but they were putting in work offensively against the Lions last week. They just were getting outscored.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. All right.
After that, we have the Green Bay Packers going up against the LA Rams.
Rams getting 3.
If it was more, I might consider going the Rams. Because Green Bay does have a tendency to let games get close.
Yeah.
But from what I saw of Green Bay at the end of the last game, if that Green Bay comes to play,
they're gonna dog the fuck out of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is not to take anything away from the Vikings, but they very much benefited from the fact that our star wideout was injured.
Yeah.
And Love was just getting back into form.
Yep.
Like,
I agree.
you could see the rest of the first half of that game. The second half of that game went very different. The highest deficit comeback in Green Bay history, 29 points.
Yeah. Almost had it.
Nuts. Almost came back.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Green Bay here. I think if Green Bay plays the way they did at the end of last week, they're gonna throttle LA. So let's move on. We got the Dallas Cowboys heading to Pittsburgh. Dallas getting 2.5. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm nervous because Dallas has been struggling. They have been. But last week their defense got a grip. Their offense struggled a little bit, and it was mostly penalties that really were causing that game to just have no fluidity and really stagnant on momentum on both teams, honestly. The penalties last week were crazy.
Those
were horrible.
Dreadful.
But I liked what I saw on defense. And I understand it was against the Giants, but that's still a divisional team. It was in New York, so putting in work on defense is important. Um, I think that on paper, Dallas is the better team here. I think that no matter which quarterback plays for Pittsburgh, because I don't actually know who they have slated right now, if it's Fields, I think that our defense is strong enough to capitalize on his inexperience. And if it's Russ, I think our defense is fast enough to fuck up his immobile day. So I'm gonna take Dallas here, begrudgingly, because I'm not ready to not pick my team.
So I think Dallas wins.
Oh, well, if you think Dallas wins, then you're picking Dallas.
Yeah. I think they win. I
I hope they win.
I think if Fields is the quarterback, I think this is a good and close game.
If Russ is the quarterback, I think we throttle.
I think so too.
I think our defense fucks his day up.
I think if Fields is the quarterback, I think your defense might give up quite a bit of rushing yards to the quarterback.
I agree. All right. Let's do Monday Night Football. What do we got?
We have the Saints and the Chiefs
the
Monday
Saints.
night.
Saints getting 5.5.
All right. So before we talk spread, do you think this is the game where Chiefs go like they come off that undefeated streak?
No, the script's got them going undefeated all the way.
Undefeated the whole way?
That's what the script's got. That's what the script's got, man.
Even with Kels not putting up the same numbers that he normally does. By the way, for some reason people are blaming him for that and not him not getting the ball.
Speaking of which, completely, that's dumb as shit. I'm not going to even address that. Did you know that this year, Jared Goff has more receiving touchdowns than Travis Kelce?
I did not know that. Kind of wish I didn't.
With one. Kels has not caught a touchdown so far, which is crazy. No, I don't think that this is the game that they lose. New Orleans has been kind of honestly falling apart. They started really strong.
It did.
And then they kind of got stalled out by the Eagles in that real weak game, 12-15. And then last week lost to the Falcons, who I'm not saying they're bad, but they're not the Chiefs. I think that the Saints started in a situation where people did not expect what they were coming to work with. They had new schemes, they had new plans, very underestimated. And since the first 2 weeks, they have been calibrated to. And look, at the end of the day, they might not have the most flashy roster all over the place, but they have the best quarterback in football. The Chiefs are probably the best team in football. I would assume every betting sheet on the planet has them as the favorite to go to and win the Super Bowl. They're going to win this game unless something crazy happens. And I think they win it by more than 5.5. That's where I stand.
Just as a note, Rashee Rice is out. Their running back, Edward, I don't know how to say that last name. I'm not even going to try. He's out due to an illness. Should be returning to practice sometime this week, but right now he's out. Pacheco is out. He had surgery. Hollywood Brown is on the IR. They have a lot of people out. Damn.
And even with all that, I still have Kansas City.
How many points is
5.5.
the Saints? 5.5. I might take them with the spread. I think, yeah. I would take the Saints with the spread.
Okay.
I think Chiefs win. I'm gonna take it with the spread.
All right.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I need to.
I mean,
nothing to do.
we
nothing to do
differed
with
on one game this week. Other than
Okay.
that,
Now it's 2.
now it's 2.
All right.
Now it's 2. So we can split it. We can split it 50-50.
No, it's cool. I'll take them both. I think you've had enough. Thank you. I think you have enough.
All right, I'll take them both if you want. I was trying to be generous and split it with you, but all right.
I'm gonna take them both.
Don't. You know what? For you, I'll carry that burden. I'll take them both.
It's cool. It's cool.
I'll take them both.
All
right.
I know you full after last week.
Nah, man, I missed out on that one by a half a point. This shit had me eating. It was the fucking Saints. I'm not letting them fucking get me again. Fuck, I picked them last time. Bastards. All right. That's it. That's all we got for this week. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Let us know where you think we went wrong, who you got. Also, let us know what your most anticipated game of the week. What is your game that you're most excited to watch? And just for shits and giggles, just to see if we can get some interaction, who do you think is going to score the most points and least points? For the most points, I'm going to take Washington. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm going to take Washington to throttle that Cleveland defense. And least points, I'm going to take Arizona.
Okay.
This is just for fun.
No. I got you. Most points.
Most points.
I'm gonna fuck around and find out, right? And which bird? I might have to change that. I was gonna say Seahawks, and I'm changing to Baltimore. Baltimore. Yeah. I'm taking Baltimore for most points, least points.
Remember, that is a divisional game, though.
That does matter.
That does matter.
You're right. I'm going with Seahawks. I swear to God, if Baltimore has the most points, I'm chewing this dude out. All right, least points. I'm going with the Broncos.
I need you to understand how torn I was between the Broncos and the Cardinals for least points.
Going with the Broncos.
And ironically enough, I was torn between Washington and Baltimore for most points. But I think since he's got a better defense than Cleveland. All right.
Like you said, let us know which game you're most anticipating, and tell us why it's the Bills and Texans game.
Yeah, tell us why you're most excited for that one.
Yeah.
And with all that being said, we will see you guys in week 6. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'm Pip. That is Brett. Y'all are the greatest, and when in doubt, we'll see you next week. See ya.
So screwed.
It's gonna be bad. Bye.